sometimes you just really can't help people. There's a disease out there in the world. It's called hearing what you want to hear. It's called selective hearing. And I find it fascinating. Made a video last night because several people intentionally came into the chat when we were doing the refugee interview, but more specifically later on, we were not even talking about refugees, and were trolling in my chat, moaning and whining, complaining about getting vaccinations to come to America, as if America is the only country on the planet that asks people to get vaccinations to come to it. This is for the refugee program. Then people attacking me, my intellect, and me personally, because they're dim-witted and can't hear. I made a video last night explaining that if you want to participate in the refugee program, you have to get the immunizations. It's a pretty straightforward point. If you don't want them, then you stay in South Africa. That's what I said. Oh dear, good Lord, oh my goodness. Well, don't you know what RFK said about jabs? Don't you know about, I don't really give a flying fit what RFK has said about jabs. It isn't germane to the conversation. Either you want to come to America or you don't. But attacking me won't change that reality. And attacking me because I'm telling you that is nonsensical. Apparently you don't like the truth. The objective truth is if you want to participate in the refugee program, then there's a series of standards you must meet. You must be a South African national. I'm sorry if you're from Japan and you want to come to the United States, you don't qualify. You must be an Afrikaner ethnicity or a racial minority. And you must have suffered past injustices or have a legitimate fear of future persecution. In addition, you can't come here with active tuberculosis. Duh. That's the reason for a chest x-ray. You cannot come here with deadly pathogens. Duh. Our nation's responsibility is to protect our citizens. It's the prima facie task of the U.S. government to protect our citizens. We have outbreaks of measles in this country because criminal alien invaders have poured across our border and brought the pathogens here because they don't have childhood immunizations, whereas we do. Whether you like immunizations or you don't isn't germane. So let's be clear about this. This isn't about jabs. First off, the whining and moaning going on and the attacking me about COVID has nothing to do with COVID. This is not COVID. There's no requirement for COVID vaccination to enter this country, and there hasn't been for a few years. The facts are the facts. Either you meet the standards to come to the United States under the refugee program or you do not. It's as simple as that. If your reason for coming to America is your life is in jeopardy, your family member has been raped, you've been robbed, you've been denied jobs, you've been denied access to university because of your skin color, but you don't want to meet the minimal standards that are necessary to protect our population, well, that's very self-centered and selfish of you. What makes you special? You know, I did that video last night, and I talked about how I already had a vaccination, but your dim-witted immigration official at OR Tambo forced me to spend $130 and get a second vaccination. Nobody even mentioned that in any of the comments. They just called me names and attacked me because you don't like the fact that I told you the truth. And then morons saying I'm an advocate for the COVID jab. What the hell is up your backside? I'm not an advocate for anything. I'm simply reporting the news. Good Lord. This is insanity. You know, frankly, it's got to be a bunch of trolls. And I would say it'd be a bunch of trolls, except that a few people stopped subscribing because of it. You know what? After 5 years of telling you the truth, and after 5 months of sharing information about the refugee program that no one else on the planet has shared with you, to help you, if you want to leave my channel because you don't listen and hear what I said, well, I can't help you. There's millions of other content creators. Go listen to people that tell you what you want to hear. Now, another South African podcaster or YouTube commenter a few months ago said, I tell people what they want to hear. Really? Do I really? If I told people what they want to hear, would I have told them the truth about that video and take this nonsensical backlash? That's as dumb a comment as all the comments I'm seeing in this video. I tell people what they want to hear. I don't tell people what they want to hear. I give them factual information and legitimate analysis, and I tend to be correct almost all the time. There you go, folks. Do what you want to do. Like I said from the outset, I'm not encouraging anybody to come to America. I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm simply reporting the news factually and analyzing it. And if you don't like that, don't shoot the messenger. Cheers.